Yeah, that water
You
holds
roll?
the temperature. Yeah, we can roll
Yeah.
it.
Oh fuck, I didn't even roll. You see like the news people like at night when they're like, right?
Yeah.
And then the guys, they go. I'm thinking that whenever we do that shit, we're like,
Said I need She said,
come back.
man, boy, she said, what? She said I need what? She said, what? She said I need to loosen up.
All right,
What?
everybody. We are welcoming everybody and ourselves to episode number 4 of Lighten Up Podcast. We thanks to Kevin, we got these legit Baccarat cigars that we are just smoking on.
Get a little flavor, you know, it's something to puff on. I mean, I'm a smoker and a drinker, and I like to, you know, mix the two together, I guess, you know.
Good combination, you know. Whether it be in the morning and mimosas, but we got Dos Equis for the day.
Yeah.
Or right now, you know, midday. It's perfect.
And mimosas, man, I like, there's nothing girly about a mimosa. It'll put you on your ass, and I think most places it's like Sundays, like mimosa full bottle service.
Like it's normal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a thing here.
Yeah, I mean the name kind of sounds a little feminine, you know, like you think like, well, that kind of sounds kind of girly.
Like, I'm
you know?
not gonna wear no mimosa. Like no, it's a
drink, man. Like, man, I never heard of her, man. What's her name's Mimosa? No, it's a drink. It's a drink. You know what I'm saying? So, gentlemen out there, you know, expand your vocabulary.
Yeah, shoot. And you know, I found out just yesterday because me and my girl went on a lunch date. We went a thing we call an app date. Where we go to a restaurant, sit at the bar, order one app, couple drinks, then move to the next restaurant and order an app and a couple of drinks at the bar, and it's like we get like 3 dates crammed into one, really.
Yeah, I mean, that and you're like, well, if it was good today, but last time it sucked. You know, like it could be the cook or something, or you guys just wasn't feeling it or something like that.
Or just like appetizers at restaurants are always something weird. Like we got Brussels sprouts.
Yeah.
And then at one we got Texas Roadhouse. They got rattlesnake bites, and it's like jalapenos, cheese, and like a fried ball.
Shit.
Oh, bro, it's good, bro. Apps are like some of the best meals, bro.
Yeah, that's like when you order something, like I'll order that app.
Yeah.
And that be my meal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
Like,
yeah.
There's a place in Temple called Casa Olay. They have this thing, it's like just a casa platter, and it's got like a little combination,
a little bit of everything
that they got, and
yeah.
I'm just like, every time I'm like, they got everything, so I'm just like, you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah, and sometimes
and there's extra.
You do the mistake of like being at a restaurant, you order the app, and then you order your meal, and then you're like, man, I'm so full. I mean, you can always take your food home, but like the appetizers, man, it's always something different, and it's like the app date, bro, always save money. If we would have ordered, you know, 2 separate meals and an app, that's a lot of money. That's like $100.
Not even that, but that's like a interesting like idea.
Different.
Yeah, that's like
different.
yeah, it's like especially like as opposed to like just the norm. You get up, you go somewhere together, you eat, you know, the same.
It seems kind of like
typical
boring
stuff.
Yeah,
you
like
know?
typical. It's like you know, we know what's gonna happen, but at this app they were like, what restaurant are we gonna go to next?
You're
And we're
like,
over here like googling like restaurants and different appetizers.
What you could do is like get a globe and just be like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And then, like wherever that motherfucker stops at, like we're going right there.
Dude,
you know,
if I had,
I mean, Austin could have its own globe. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that'd be cool.
With all the
cool
restaurants,
concept.
with all the restaurants they have, bro.
That'd be a cool concept. Make like a little globe with just like Austin.
Yeah, like that, just like that, yeah. And then just put Austin on there, and just put restaurants, and then just.
Yeah, that brings me to one of my questions. I've been thinking about like beyond like cars and houses. If you were to win the lottery, what would your first big purchase be? If you had just like 56 million, boom.
I mean, even the million's a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I mean, you went straight to 56. I'm like right at
well,
one.
Like, I think that the Mega Millions or something that's something big, like outrageous like that.
Man, it is. I don't know. I mean, I guess as I've gotten older, I have kind of like some of the stuff that I've already had before, like bikes, trucks, cars, whatever. Those kind of things are like, since I've already had some of those things, it's not really a necessity like in my life at this point.
It's not like I need to have that.
Yeah, like even if I had a beat down car, I wouldn't be like, man, I'm gonna get a new car. Like, I already got a car. Yeah. I'm kind of, you know, where I'm like, what else is that? What is something I ain't never fucking heard of? Let me buy that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, let me get into the go-kart industry or something. Something that's
I mean, if you got that much money, you could honestly like buy the business that you see
could.
that you like. You know what I mean? Like if you found a go-kart business, you'd be like, I want to invest in that or buy that. You know? That's a good idea though. I mean, the concept will be like something to keep going. You know, if you had a business, you know, pay it forward to your children or.
I mean, yeah, who wouldn't want to be around go-karts? I mean.
So go-karts is the answer there.
Bro, probably. I mean,
have you seen like those fast ones, like the
F1s?
Yeah. Okay, those.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It's gonna be. It could be off terrain. You got different couple modes.
Oh,
but
off terrain.
But it would probably be that because I like fun. I love outdoors, shit like that. I like the rush, that kind of rush. A slingshot. I'd probably buy a couple of those.
Like those,
you know what I'm saying? Like a toy, I guess. It'd be really just that. Probably some land.
Yeah, what?
I'd buy some land. I've always wanted to make like a little village, like a subdivision, like in a way that concept, but like smaller scale. Like these houses would be the tiny homes. You know what I'm saying? Like I would make it completely different. I wouldn't
tiny
want
home subdivision.
Yeah, exactly. Like not
cool.
A regular house. Like I want it to be like minimalist in a
it's
sense.
kind of awkward when you have the tiny house. Like if you were in a regular neighborhood with it, like that's a tiny house.
People
like.
are gonna talk shit, but then again, that's like those people. You're looking at a more materialistic lifestyle at that point.
Yeah.
And with the tiny houses, it's more like
This is where we sleep.
It's edgier. It's just like I want to be in here just for what it is, to sleep, to bathe. I mean, to cook. That's it. You don't need that much space. You don't need 2 stories. You don't need 3 stories. You don't need 10 bathrooms. You don't need all that stuff.
Yeah. I think what might have brought about this question is that I've seen like a lottery winner bought like a $32 million home. I mean, don't quote me on the price, but it was something outrageous like that. And it's like lottery winner buys mansion. And they just got the pictures on Instagram. I'm scrolling through. I'm like, dude. I'm like.
And then he's broke.
Yeah, and then you're broke. Like,
then
what about
broke.
when you pay land taxes at the end of the year?
Bro, they'll come after. Like, to me, like, that's a waste of money. I just feel like you have so much, even with a little bit amount of money, has a lot of potential for anything.
And all those things you're saying, like go-karts or all-terrain vehicles or boats, it's like, you're trying to get outside, basically.
I'm trying to be outside. I don't want to be indoors. Like, I'm already indoors already,
I guess
I like being outside, so.
The vice versa to that would be some people want to be inside.
Yeah, and then people would be like, nah, I'd have put all my money inside, and then they would have an indoor fucking pool or something. Which is still a cool idea. Don't get me wrong.
You're like, put that pool outside.
I'm gonna put that in my tiny house, but that pool is gonna be the size of like a tub. But it's like 10 feet deep in the ground. And you just go straight in the ground.
That'd be cool.
So just something, just something different, But
I don't want to do laps. I just want to go deep.
Yeah. And then, to put the icing on that, we were just talking about. One of my things that I like to talk about is the term good. It's something you are, right? It's not something that you do. It's not something that you can become. It's more so like something like, what kind of person are you when nobody's looking type shit. So that comes with integrity. That comes with like down to earth. That comes with like you not being selfish in a sense, because we already have all kinds of shit in this world to maneuver around and shit, and you throw people that are that don't have this mentality, which it's nothing.
Trying to teach that.
It's
with
just
the
something
kids.
to be. Yeah.
Like I tell them, clean your room, and I tell them all these things, and then this week I've been like, like when me and mommy aren't around, like when you're in school, like, are you doing these things? Are you listening? Because that's when it counts. When me and mommy are telling you it's okay because we're reminding you, but when we're not around,
then
who are you?
Yeah, like what kind of what are you? Like boundaries basically. Like what are you gonna do? What are you not gonna do? Type stuff. And me growing up, I didn't really have those kind of boundaries. I didn't have that like outlook of, hey, you need to be like this, or you need to clean here, or this. Like I grew up wild motherfucker, man, because there was 9 of us, and I left when I was 16. So between birth until 16, like even birth till like 10, I mean, your parents can teach you so much, but then you're like on your own from like 10 and on. You're on your own, kind of. I feel.
Yeah, it's kind of like I mean, we have the 12-year-old and about maybe like 11 or 10 years old. It's just like kind of like, you figure it out, and then he's over there like tripping over stuff in his room, or like
you know what to do.
Yeah,
right?
we've been telling you.
Yeah. That's what I meant. Like, I guess you could say the real good word would be like, when I tell my daughter this, she's like, "Stop talking like that." I tell her that she became conscious.
Oh, okay.
So like you're almost like you're leveling up your like existence without knowing, you know, and that comes with age and that comes with time. You know, I'm not gonna say she's like wise and stuff when I say that or anything. I'm just saying, I think everybody, you know, goes through this. It doesn't matter.
On the track to becoming wise, though, I'd say that would probably be one of the early steps.
It would be, yeah. I mean, you would need that because if not, you skipped a bunch of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I always tell her that stuff, and she's just like, "Stop! You know, you're being a dad." And I'm like, "Well, that's what I'm fucking here for. God,
Who else am I?
you want me to not say nothing to you, shit?" Yeah. And she's like, "Yeah, you're right. You're right."
That happens a lot. I bite my tongue a lot, but I'm just like, some things I'm like, I gotta say something, even if they don't like it. It's like at least it'll be in the back of their head, like, you know, my dad always used to say that.
Yep.
Ain't my shit or whatever, you know. Lighten up. Look at.
Damn, bro, you ahead of the game.
About to smoke that marker.
Smoke that fucking Expo, man.
Yeah, I think the cigars could be something I get into. More like they got more flavors and like more expensive you get. I'm guessing they get more.
And this shit's never here in the U.S., man.
They got some that are
Oh, this is good right here, like
called Churchill. You know, like Winston.
Oh, Winston Churchill.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
It's like a darker leaf though, so I'm like, I don't know how it's gonna taste.
I can see myself on the water.
Bro, with a cigar.
On the
lake,
bro, just cruising, man. That fucking, it's the throttle, so it's like just, you know, throttle in and then all the way down. It tops out like a. On the speedometer it says 60.
Oh, on water it feels a lot faster.
Oh, bro, you go 20, it feels like you're going 50.
You feel like
You
a rock.
fucking just skidding, bro, off that
Skidding.
shit.
Yep. Then new boat owner.
So,
Congratulations. I guess cigar for it.
hey, anything for the water, man. Yeah, we're gonna call it SS Jesse.
Oh, you got a name already?
Because, you know, after his name is Jesse,
Yeah.
and every boat is SS, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So we did SS Jesse. That's gonna be, I'm gonna put that like some logo, like some stickers and stuff like that. Put them on the outside of the boat.
Find some cool,
Just some,
yeah, just text. Or
yeah,
whatever.
decal or something like that. Even like even thought I want just doing like a wrap or something. Just having that, you know. So
Even just like they got like the portion where it's just like a strip,
yeah,
be like a shiny strip.
yeah, it's
on
got
there.
that green. I could just change that. It could be like straight gold or some shit.
Yeah, shoot. If you got a reason to go to the lake, kids were asking me because this week is spring break. They're like, "Let's go to the pool," and I'm like, "I don't think any of the pools are open." And
It's
I
not
was
open
thinking
yet.
about it. I was like, "Only place to go is probably the lake." I don't know if every town's like that, but Texas, we have lots of lakes. I
Oh,
don't
that
know.
shit. It's gonna be cold as hell. It's gonna be cold right now.
Oh, the water, yeah.
You try to get in that water, you try to go swimming right now, it's still gonna be cold because
The
2023.
spring break, shit. Episode 4, spring break.
See what it brings.
It's coming. I mean, shit. I feel like we skip winter. I know you said cold front's blowing in, but it's like,
Hey, fuck that cold front.
yeah.
We'll kick him in his chin.
Yeah.
Kick him in his chin, make him go back.
Yeah.
Alright.
Close the door on his ass.
And we are lightening up today to music and
Yes.
its healing properties.
True.
We are listening to
What we got? Got some Whitechapel.
okay, yep.
Not too familiar. but
Saws
I've
of
heard.
Law. I think this is off that album, Deathcore. If you're into Deathcore, which
Just the way it makes you feel. Like, I don't know. I'm always talking about kids, but our kids were grounded. One of them was grounded this weekend. He's like, I'm bored because he don't have Nintendo or something. And I got him a stereo, and I'm like, go listen to music. You know. And he listens to music, and he comes out here and plays on his drums, and it's like, yeah, I know you're feeling something, and it's healing you from your boredom, if anything. But I think it's doing a little more than that.
Oh, it definitely is. I mean, since I can remember from when I was little, you know, any kind of music, which when I first heard was Metallica. I was like 7, 8 years old. You know, my older brother's, his friend's house, you know, in the country, and he's playing freaking Kill 'Em All. You know, this whole album in its entirety.
You're like, what?
And I'm like, oh my god, guitars, I love it. Fucking drums, the vocals were like so powerful.
Something
live.
you haven't heard, like.
I've never heard this before, you know, cause being from Hispanic community and stuff like that, it's all, you know, Mexican, different types of Mexican and stuff like that, which is, I like still too.
I listen to more like the heavier metal, like, just makes me feel like somebody else feels it too, and I'm just like.
Yeah, you just, the strength it gives you.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause like metal's kind of like the power, the like the raise, the stuff that the drive that gets you going and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
It'll do that. It'll do that.
What about you, babe? Music. What do you have to say about music?
What is your go-to right now?
Metal, yeah.
Yeah.
Rock, definitely. Like you said, I just heard the background of it. It's like gets the people going.
Yeah, it does. It's just
Yeah.
like everybody's, you know, has energy and stuff like that. It's,
Yeah.
And it's
The
Comes up
the
your
connection,
like
you know?
your adrenaline too. It's like okay.
yeah, what was that documentary? We watched a documentary about like the '90s. They had that concert and like
It
was
was
it
like
Limp Bizkit came out or something, and everybody just rioted because it's like,
it was Woodstock. They redid Woodstock in the
99?
'90s. Yeah.
oh, that's what the documentary's called.
Yeah, they didn't want to
Woodstock in
let
the
Limp
90s.
Bizkit on because what's that song? Can't remember what song.
break shit, break stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that one.
yeah.
They were like, "Don't play
Yeah.
this song. It's gonna get the whole crowd riled up," and
Yep.
they played
Oh,
it.
everybody was feeling
Well, fuck
it.
yeah. I mean-
But they destroyed everything. They like put it like was destroying everything. There was fucking
It's a cool
fires.
documentary though. Woodstock in the '90s. Check it out.
Yeah.
I can imagine being there and I'm like, and he's like, give me something. I'm like, give me something. I'm about to pick somebody up.
That's what they were
You know,
doing.
And people see other people doing it, and they're just like,
Yes.
like,
It's a lot. It's a
You
lot.
got my keys, sir?
Yeah, yeah, but like if you've ever been to like a concert, you definitely get that vibe. Like live music, that's why it's such like a hot item.
Yeah. But yeah. So what do you think about gentlemen, Kevin?
Gentlemen,
Yeah.
gentlemen, I think I'm a gentleman because I try to show respect around ladies and around other men too. I have been known to be a dick, but that's when I'm not being a gentleman. But most of the time, I think I would consider myself a gentleman.
Do you think it's like a?
But
Do you think there's still those people exist, or is that like a thing in the past? Like, you think they kind of died out? Is dying out with the, you know, the generation that's in the nursing homes per se, you know, because that's a whole generation, and that kind of like started with them, in a sense.
They
You
kind
know,
of came up with a term.
They created that. You know what I'm saying? So, fucking, where's that hornet? But yeah, I mean, like, I try to show that to my kids too. You know, like, I think gentleman is kind of like a vague term though, because it could be, it's kind of like anybody could be it. The only difference is you got to be a male.
Yeah. Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
So like, the term is kind of like it's pretty like vague about
like the definition
description.
kind of is vague, but it's like to me it would be like, you know,
It's just being nice almost.
being nice. Yeah.
Right? I mean, what? It's almost the
Courteous.
same fucking thing.
Yeah,
You
being
think about it.
courteous.
Courteous, that's a better term. Yeah. They're fucking courteous. Like, Kevin's a courteous motherfucker, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like maybe it was more than just a compliment back in the day. It was more like I am a gentleman, like step. It was more like a step on.
Like you're in the suits,
Yeah,
like
you're not a gentleman.
the suit days, and you're like,
You're dirty. You're not a gentleman.
Sir Walter has entered the room, you know, and like, and you're
He's-
suited up. you
He's
know?
a gentleman.
Oh, gentleman is here.
True gentleman.
It's like that's not really a thing anymore. I feel like
Yeah.
it's not that I don't think people are doing it. I feel like it's just maybe the situations that they're not there for that anymore, in a sense, because you got to be in a situation for that to happen. You got to be
You gotta be tested to become a gentleman.
kind of, and those tests are gone, you know. So
Yeah, like holding the door open. Seen some bullshit TikTok about like
now if you do
some
it,
guy got in a fight for holding the door open at a smoke shop. Like,
bro, see now you get fucking shit on for being a gentleman.
Yeah. I still try to hold the door. I still tell the boys, like, when we go to, like, a restaurant, like, you see people, like, you're the first one in, hold the door. And they do it. I mean, they don't argue about it or anything. It's just like, hopefully they catch on to that, but I don't know what makes it a gentleman. I mean, I don't know what makes people want to do that or want not to do that. I just want to make it easier, you know what I mean? I want it to be easier on me, I want it to be easier on you because it reciprocates.
And cheers to that. Lighten up. Living up.
Loosen up. Sit back. Told me to loosen up.